Some people have described this as the worst idea that ever worked. A lot of people build something because they had a great idea. We built something to solve a problem. And our problem was very simply, we couldn't afford to pay rent. And I think this is something that millions of people can relate to. They have space, they can't really afford to completely pay for it. They like some extra income, they want to meet people. That's what we thought. What if there's a way to book a home anywhere around the world? And that's basically what's happened. One of the most common things people say when they hear about the idea of Airbnb now, and they see people all over the world doing it, is, why didn't I think of that? It's such a simple idea. Why didn't I think of that? You might not have thought of that. It's because when we thought about that years ago, the most common thing people said is, are you nuts? When I came to the Valley, I did not know much about Silicon Valley. In fact, somebody told me there are these people called angels, and I know they meant angel investors. I think a key thing to learning is having mentors, and a key thing to having mentors is being shameless. In other words, shameless people learn really quickly and are successful. Most people are just afraid to ask people for help. And so Joe, Nate, and I were shameless about asking people for feedback, whether it was just our investors or meeting famous entrepreneurs like Mark Zuckerberg or Jeff Bezos, who ended up becoming an investor, or Warren Buffett. You know, you seek out people, and most people are really nice, and they'll help you if they can. One of the first mentors we met was Michael Seibel. Michael Seibel was the founder of a startup that became Twitch, which sold to Amazon. But he'd meet with us every Friday, and he had this successful startup. So I said, what can I do in return for you? He said, what I want you to do is when there's another startup, I want you to do what I've done for you, which is to help them, just out of kindness and generosity. And I think that spirit, if I'm gonna help you and I'm gonna pay it forward if you're successful, is a really, really important idea. What Airbnb is a part of is a wave of the internet. It was like Amazon was books on the internet, you know, eBay was like your collectibles, your garage on the internet. There's another wave, the internet going into the real world. And so I think this is the beginning. So many people in 60 seconds can become entrepreneurs, they can start a business, they can build a reputation, and Airbnb I think is just the beginning. Now you see so many companies in what people call the sharing economy. This is just like the first chapter of it. You could literally see tens of millions of entrepreneurs emerging over the next 10, 20 years that are incremental from anything that's happening today. If you have an idea, if you have something you want to do, if you want to like, you know, an Airbnb, you can be a host, there's ride sharing apps, you drive cars, but you can host dinner parties, you can make things, sell them on Etsy. I think all of this is going to expand so much, but you make things for yourself. And what that does is it creates empathy. If I've gone through the experience you as a customer have, and then I care and I know what you feel like. And then nothing's a transaction. Everything is a transformation.